Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Food and Travel Podcast by State Street Spices. I'm your host, Andrew Rubin. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Very excited for today's episode, where we'll be talking about pizza, ranking the best cities in the United States for their pizza scenes. I'm so excited for this episode, and if you watched last episode, you might have got some hints on what cities will be on today's episode. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting today's list off, at number 10, we have Phoenix. Phoenix is unlike most other cities in the top 10, as they don't really have a style of pizza. However, they have a lot of restaurants representing a lot of different styles and representing a lot of different other cities. They have a lot of Chicago deep dish pizza restaurants and really just represent a lot of different food culture in the United States, especially when it comes to pizza. So Phoenix does a really good job at the representation of many different types of pizza. However, because it doesn't have a style, it isn't full up on this list. Now for number 9, we go across the country to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia is known for their circle pizzas that often have a lot of grease to them on purpose that really brings out a lot of flavor. And also similar to New York style, they often have thin folding slices. And you can buy pizza usually by the slice at many restaurants in Philadelphia. Philadelphia really just does a good job, even though there's a lot of competition in the Northeast. I feel like Philadelphia still stands out some, which is why it's number 9. Before moving on to number 8, I hope you're enjoying this ranking. Comment what ranking you would like to see next, or email our email at statestreetspices.com. You can find our email there on all of our social medias. I really like hearing your opinions on what episodes you would like to see, so definitely reach out to us, and I can definitely, hopefully, make an episode for your comments. Thanks. Now let's get back to the list. At number 8, we have San Francisco, California. San Francisco is known for their thin crust pizza, using a lot of local ingredients, and also a lot of different fancy sit-down restaurants will offer the unique San Francisco pizzas. They also have a lot of local slice shops, and really, whether you are on a budget or looking for a fancy dinner, there's so many different pizza options. Fun fact, if you've seen Inside Out, they have a pizza shop that only offered broccoli pizza in San Francisco, and this restaurant is actually a pizza restaurant in San Francisco. They have only one flavor each day, and they used to do a day where they would only have broccoli pizza. So I found it interesting that the movie based it off of an actual pizza restaurant that had broccoli pizza as the only option one day a week. Now let's go across the Rocky Mountains. For number 7, we have Denver, Colorado. Denver has a lot of new and up-and-coming pizza spots that really have been thriving, and while Denver might not have been on the list a couple decades ago, they really are revolutionizing pizza with a lot of great new restaurants. Denver often uses sourdough as well, and also uses a lot of local toppings with a lot of different creative designs for their pizzas. Next, just missing out on the top 5, we have Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, similar to Phoenix, has a little bit of everything. They have different slice shops like the ones in New York, but also are known for different Detroit-style square pizzas, and a lot of traditional pizzas that are more similar to the ones you'd find in Italy rather than America. So Los Angeles really does a good job at representing all of these different pizza styles, which really has created their own style of all of these unique options, which is why Los Angeles is at number 6 for this list. Before we get to number 5, I would like to talk to you about our Memphis barbecue spice, which when we talk about pizza, it's hard to not talk about different barbecue chicken pizzas. And a great way to make barbecue chicken pizza is with our Memphis barbecue spice. I've used it and I created a recipe with it. If you want to check out Instagram or Facebook, you can find our Memphis barbecue style chicken barbecue pizza. And really our Memphis barbecue spice, it's a mild to medium blend that really has unique flavor. With our Memphis barbecue spice, you can experience the amazing flavors of Memphis with our signature spice mix, inspired by the rich flavor of Memphis barbecue. Our mild to medium blend captures the flavor of Memphis style barbecue, Whatever you're making, our Memphis barbecue spice mix is sure to impress with its irresistible taste, transporting you to the heart of barbecue country with every bite. Now let's get back to the list at number 5. We have St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is famous for the thin, cracker-like crust pizza with a Provel cheese, which is unique to the city. And there's a lot of amazing restaurants you can get St. Louis style pizza, with Emo's being the most famous, and I would recommend it. If you're going to hate or love Emo's because St. Louis style pizza is just so unique. However, it really is a different experience, so if you're looking for a different type of pizza experience and you're in the St. Louis area, I'd highly recommend going to a St. Louis style pizza restaurant like Emo's. I personally like St. Louis style pizza when I want a unique option, because again, it's very different from other styles. However, it's something unique and something that still, I think, tastes really good and brings out a lot of flavor. It's really just a matter of opinion level, because St. Louis is very much a love or hate city when it comes to pizza. Now for number 4, we have New Haven, Connecticut. New Haven is one of the most traditional pizza cities on this list, and it's really not as well known as it should be, as they have a lot of great options. New Haven is known for the extremely high temperatures when cooking their pizzas in different pizza ovens, and locals will tell you it's number 1, while a lot of others won't have heard of the style of pizza. I'd highly recommend trying it because it's a unique option that really is it just has so many great qualities to it, and is really an underrated city when it comes to pizza. Now moving on to the top 3, we have Detroit, Michigan. Detroit is known for the famous square-style pizzas, with often it having a gooey center with a crispy outside, and they really use a lot of fresh cheeses from the area. Detroit has a lot of famous pizza restaurants with a Detroit-style square pizza, and it's a unique option to have that has similar qualities to like a Chicago deep dish, but in its own way as a square Detroit-style pizza. So that's why it's at number 3 for this list. Number 2, we have Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, of course, is known for this deep dish pizza, often having a lot of toppings. I had a meatball pizza from Giordano's, which is a famous pizza restaurant in Chicago, and I really liked it. Deep dish pizza is very unique, and I really liked the idea of the crispy outside with still having gooey inside and a bunch of different toppings. I got meatballs and I believe onions on mine, and it really tasted really good. I'm a big fan when pizza shops do crispy edges, and a lot of Chicago pizza shops will do that, which is why Chicago's number 2 on our list is one of the most famous pizza styles in the world. Before reviewing number 1, I would love to do some honorable mentions. Las Vegas, which has a lot of unique types of pizza, is known for wild and unique toppings and styles. Buffalo is a very common city to have pizza, often having a buffalo style sauce on pizza, and is also known for the pepperoni pizzas that use some fresh ingredients, which is why it's one of our honorable mentions. Another honorable mention is Washington, D.C., that brings a lot of different cultures into the pizza world. I personally have had one of my favorite pizzas I've ever had at Lupo Marino's in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. also has a lot of fancy restaurants that serve delicious pizzas. Another honorable mention is Milwaukee, which uses local cheeses and also typically has a thin crust rectangular pizza. And the last honorable mention is Boston, which has a thin and crispy pizza that often has local ingredients, even having some local seafood pizzas. With the Northeast being so concentrated with different pizza types, Boston really does their own really well, which is why it's an honorable mention on this list. But now moving on for number 1. Number 1 is personally a fan favorite of mine. The best pizza I've ever had is in this number 1 city, which is New York City. New York is known for the large pizzas, often being sold for the slice, sometimes even as little as $1 for a slice, and they're usually thin crust that you can fold pretty easily to eat. I went to Little Italy Pizza as my favorite pizza restaurant in New York, and really just getting to try a couple different pizza restaurants in the city was really amazing, and they really have the best pizza in the world. It was just so unique that even though, while it might seem like a normal pizza, New York just does pizza so well, and it is by far the number one city in the United States when it comes to the pizza scene. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast of the Food and Travel Podcast by State Street Spices. I was very excited to make this episode as I'm a big pizza fan, and learning all the different pizza cultures was very unique. I hope you watch the next episode coming soon. Thank you and have a good day. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Use the code SPICE10, that's SPICE 10, at checkout on StateStreetSpices.com to get 10% off your next order. Thank you.